For example, suppose instructor asks you to write about the hazards faced by people living in the city due to the solid waste being dumped at different places, or the hazards of solid waste. So just by looking at the picture itself, you will know that many things here are hazardous or not good for your health. Suppose you burn them, there should be plastic inside, there will be metals inside, there will be wood inside. So many things which you will have to segregate first. A picture, a photograph will definitely illustrate these points for you. And if it is a poem, then the lines from the poem will also show you that you will be able to talk more about that poem in a sort of beautiful way. So this is what is meant by illustrative writing. So there's one more example that I would like to show you. This particular example is about a snowboarder. So the pictures show the story of a snowboarder who climbed a mountain, but then had an unfortunate accident while snowboarding down. So you see, you have 4 pictures, and from these 4 pictures, you will be able to know what has happened as this mountaineer is climbing up the mountains, and then he tries to snowboard, and as he snowboards, he falls down, and then a dog is going to rescue him, and things like, or the dog is shouting out to rescue him, and things like that. So this is basically how you have what you call illustrative writing. So there is a controlling idea, and the audience is taken into account while selecting examples. So once you see the pictures, you will be able to talk a lot about it. Then illustrations can also be, this is one set of illustrations, but we can also have graphs, we can have images, we can have charts. Especially in BCom classes, you will have lots of graphs and charts to illustrate. So all of this, you should arrange your illustration or the pictures or your graphs in a certain order of importance, and whatever is your point that you're going to explain, that has to be sustained completely throughout the essay. So some more examples like this would be how does binge eating affect your health? Suppose you eat too much. What are the problems of eating too much? That is called binge eating. So then maybe the impact of social networking on college students. So like this, these are all different sort of illustrative writing which you can do. And there is an example which is given to you, a very good example from Nancy Brosso's essay on anorexia. So I'll just read that. Another problem, lying, occurred most often when my parents tried to force me to eat. Because I was at the gym until around 8 o'clock every night, I told my mother not to save me dinner. I would come home and make a sandwich and feed it to my dog. I lied to my parents every day about eating lunch at school. For example, I would bring a sack lunch and sell it to anyone and use the money to buy diet pills. I always told my parents that I ate my own lunch. So you see, I'm sure that you will be able to picture in your mind about this particular problem, how she's lying about not eating. She says that she's eating, but actually she's not really eating. She's selling it so as to get money to buy diet pills. So this is a particular illustrative example which you could read, and I'm sure you'll be able to understand